And just like that, they grabbed an Elder Titan, amazing tool to disengage against the Omni Knight, just being able to stomp out the fight as soon as you see a Guardian Angel drop, then re-engage after a couple seconds.
Oh man, I love this Elder Titan pickup. I really like this hero. I feel like it also shores up the Roche advantage too for them, because you're terrified to go into a pit when there's an Elder Titan sitting on the outside, being able to get the stomp off. It's going to be able to go and reduce the armor of the enemy team, especially if it does go late, which I'm guessing catJAMMERS doesn't want it to go late, but should the event arise, it definitely is very, very value. But I do like the axe pickup here. We have the axe over here on the side of NoPango. That is a hero that's going to be very aggressive. It's going to try to get things done early on and put a lot of pressure down, which is the thing I was most concerned about with NoPango's draft, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. I kind of like this one, though. When you've taken the axe with the Omni Knight, Heavenly Grace is suddenly going to do that much more work. Actually give you a lot of strength bonus. Do you know the exact numbers on that one?
I don't know the exact numbers.
It's like it's 7, 14, 21, and 28, and then like your HP regen starts at 8 and scales up per 4 per level. So you actually like a pretty significant damage boost there on top of a huge HP regen that Axe already has a decent amount of. So that kind of makes up for the fact that Omni Knight makes your lanes a little bit less aggressive and weaker when you pair with a hero like Axe. I'm excited to see that one.
This is why we pay you the big dollars, because you know all the numbers, all the stats.
Yeah.
The Morphling pickup is kind of interesting, though. All right.
I want to note that I'm a cool numbers guy, though, and not a nerd numbers guy.
No, dude. No, I don't think you're a cool numbers guy. Sorry to burst your bubble there, friend.
Damn.
Let's face it. You knowing the numbers means that you read, and people who read are nerds. No.
All right. Ancient Apparition is an excellent band after grabbing that Morphling. And, HFN, he doesn't have the same kind of Morphling games as you are. I would say you are plays like an amazing Morphling, but he's pretty good as well, I guess when I compare it to Yawar, I'm like putting him up on a pedestal because that guy just has like deathless games when he plays Morphling basically every single time. And Quincy Crew is so head and shoulders above everybody else. And of course, you are dealing with Ping, which makes Morphling a little bit more difficult. I think that he can go down here, but they need a bit of a more instant disable on NoPangolier for their last pick.
That's very true. I mean, the nice thing about having the Lena on the team, right, means that they've got burst damage to try to go and take him down. But like you said, they need disable. They need to make sure, right now you've got the Light Strike Array and you've got Axe's Call, and that's pretty much it. Until Spectre gets herself, an Abyssal Blade or something like that. So it's going to be difficult to pin him down. It's going to be difficult to really burst him down too, unless you have like that perfect setup. Axe gets the call, Lena gets the the Laguna Blade off and the LSA, and then you get the dunk, hopefully, if you're at the right threshold. I'm not sure about those numbers, Mr. Uncool Numbers guy. Maybe you have some light to shed on that, but
I don't know numbers anymore. I don't want to be
he wants to be cool, guys. That's why he doesn't know numbers anymore. Also, you're fired, Neph, because this is literally your only job here.
Damn, I thought I could be a flavor, but I wasn't very good at that either. They take the Invoker and the Storm Spirit out. So the Storm Spirit makes a lot of sense to me because they're worried about the enemies jumping onto their backline. The Invoker, less so. I don't really think that was a hero that catJAMMERS was going to grab. As far as things to round out the draft go, I was gonna say, you have a pretty solid draft so far. All you need is like a little bit more damage and ability to run at towers in the early game and make space for Morphling. And Leshrac does exactly that. That is beautiful. Couldn't have done it better myself.
Yeah, they make sure that you've got that damage going through, even when the Omni Knight goes in for the ulti. And puts just towers. It's good. I like the fact that, this is a draft that's definitely going to be putting a lot of pressure onto the map. They've got defensive. I love the defensive portion of this, too, with the Elder Titan. I mean, we've seen, Quincy Crew play that hero and look absolutely fantastic. But the Zeus pickup here, too, is also very, very nice. It is going to cause some problems, especially if they're trying to get, initiation with KZ with a Blink Dagger or something, if they scout it out ahead of time or he gets clipped.
I'm surprised that catJAMMERS allowed the Zeus to come out. That was pretty telegraphed, I feel, given the fact that they banned out the Storm Spirit. They wanted something that was able to just sit on the backline and blow heroes up. You do run into the issue that you don't really have a frontline or a scout for Axe and allow them to get those good calls off. But I like Zeus here.
I think it works for sure. I would have preferred maybe something to give Lukey a little bit more vision. Granted, the fact that Stars on the Zeus, he's going to be able to take down
10
vision. He can get a
seconds
little bit,
remaining.
but at the end of the day, I think it does fit within the draft. I'm
5
still liking
seconds
catJAMMERS just a
remaining.
little bit more, though. What do you think?
Uh, yeah, their draft does look pretty amazing. You
Mhm.
always have to be worried about like not having any armor up against the Elder Titan here. Spectre doesn't tend to want to build armor items. You can do have some decent saves in the form of Pengu here on the Omni Knight, but that does limit the movements that you can make around the map as far as aggression goes. You don't have like any long distance initiator. You're gonna need something on Eggster. You're going to need a Blink Dagger on Lukey. The question is, are the lanes going to go well enough for you to be able to get those first couple of items? And I'm not sure. Ryle, I would definitely say, is a better mid player than Stars as well. So
Mhm.
he's going to struggle in that matchup. Zeus here that does pretty well regardless, though. You're just able to spam your chain lightning out of the waves. I'm curious to see your thoughts on how you think this mid matchup is going to go.
I feel like Brow's gonna be able. It's a lane that's gonna be spamming, right? So both of these guys are gonna have their sticks. They're gonna be going after each other nonstop. I guess the one problem I have with the NoPango lineup is I'm a little concerned about how slow they are to get into these fights.
Ooh. Yeah.
Like they are, because Lena doesn't want to be in the front, obviously. Neither does Zeus. Luki's going to have to be the main initiator. Pingu has to stay back because he's got to be able to keep his everyone alive. And then, Lies will have to go. And this is a good core player right here, but it's going to be tough because whenever Haunt's not up, he's not going to be able to do a whole heck of a lot. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so
And
they need a moment.
that is something that they have to the play around. It's a massive cooldown as well. Versus even like Arena eventually get to a 60-second cooldown, so it's not that bad in all honesty.
Mhm.
Um, but you do have pretty big like global potential and burst potential with the Zeus ultimate and the Spectre Haunt. But outside of that, as I was saying, with Omni Knight being one of your support heroes, your movements around the map, your initiations are so limited. Uh, as you were saying as well.
I guess the
I
other
don't
thing
know.
that's a little concerning to me is if you take a look at what's online for the side of NoPango, once they get some BKBs up, it's gonna be a rough time for them because you've got to wait until your Spectre gets big enough to be able to, really turn the tide on these fights, and they're gonna need to survive that. That's gonna be very, very difficult, in my opinion.
Yep. Azu, he's out for blood right now. Your thoughts on this one?
He's Mars, dude. If he's not out for blood, then what kind of Mars is he? Literally the god of war.
Yeah, I was talking to you about this the first couple of days. In fact, for everyone who's tuning in now, wasn't there at the time. Kesu, he's just been playing Mars nonstop, practicing the spear arena blood combination
Mhm.
that was now a thing after the most recent patch when they increased the wall formation time from zero point 0.6 seconds to 0.3 seconds, making it a bit better. Basically, now you can throw out your spear onto a hero and then throw the wall up after you spear. And if your timing is good, the hero will connect with the wall at the same time it forms, and just like get that permanent disable that you can't really dodge like a lot of like you used to be able to. Or if you throw the arena, it telegraphs that a spear is about to come out, and the enemy just kind of sidestep around you. It is super sick, and this guy has just been practicing it every single day since the hero was changed around.
I feel like that's such a, I don't want to say a big gamble, but the fact that Casey is, of course, playing on ping right now. I know a couple of the other players are too, HFN being out in Brazil. But Kazu also has recently had a lot of trouble with his internet. That's why he wasn't playing the first 2 days. I believe it was Dubu who was standing in for him. So hopefully, his internet's shored up. I'm guessing they must feel confident enough if they've got him back on the Mars because the timing of the spear is so incredibly important.
Hmm.
But we'll have to see about that.
Well, that's the thing. You can set up for the spear with the God's Rebuke, and then if you're able to get the spear on the wall directly after,
Mhm.
your ping doesn't matter as much as just throwing out a spear while they're inside that arena. It makes it a little bit easier, in fact. Like, yes, throwing it makes it difficult when the enemies don't see that you're arena up or you're slowed initially. They aren't going to be sidestepping quite the same way. It really messes with them. A lot like Mars turnaround can just kind of throw spears out of whatever part of his body he wants, and that's one of the major things that mess with people. It's just that not really expecting it.
I have to say too, one of my favorite things that I've seen with Mars players currently, especially within this tournament, King RD plays a lot of Mars over on Team Brazil, and the way that he positions the walls half the time, so that way they're right on the cusp of like immediately bouncing them back with the spears. Like I feel like that's such a cool positioning sort of thing. That a lot of Mars players do, obviously, but like it's always fun to watch it, like see them bounce back and then immediately get pinned back in again. Just really maximizing the amount of damage that you can get out of that arena of blood.
Mm. Yeah, it's why these guys are on the big stage and why I just talk about the video games, because I don't do things like that.
You can always practice, Neph. You know, there's nothing wrong with trying to get better.
I can't. I've actually been playing so much Dota when I'm not casting. I think I talked to you about my 14 games in that one day that I
Yep.
played.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Neph messages me, I've been in the gulag all day, Moxxi. I've got some wins though. I'm getting better. I'm just like, holy shit, are you okay? Like, you don't seem so good. Maybe go have some water or some Monster Energy. Go lie down a little bit. You're sounding like you're sounding rough.
Neph, is that your blood? Some of it.
It's just a little bit. It'll wash out. Don't worry. I have a second shirt I can put on.
2 shirts, yeah. Thanks to the summit for providing me with the dollars I need to dress myself.
Shout out to the summit for the fact that they are the one group that seems to still care about NA Dota. Like, they've been putting on, these pro series. They've been putting on, the summit here. And shout out to Monster Energy, our sponsor. I know all y'all are going to be like, oh, sell out, but like they have consistently been supporting the NASA scene. And I know personally, I'm really grateful because I want to see this scene continue. I want to see it thrive. And I want to see more teams like NoPango, start rising up through the ranks.
Yeah.
With some fresh blood.
I mean, these guys have been around for a while, but you only get so many opportunities to make it through these qualifiers. Sometimes the timing just doesn't line up, and they're not able to play because of work or school obligations. Mm-hmm. These NA teams, they don't play for orgs, they don't have sponsorships right now, so they don't get to just play Dota all day. Tournaments like these can, I guess, open up that window so they are able to do that, but they're gonna need to place decently in this tournament. So the question is, are they going to be able to take teams off of somebody like catJAMMERS X Crazy's caliber? And we'll have to see. They did knock out.
They blocked their own camp here.
Mm-hmm. They did.
Yeah, I'm surprised because they have an Elder Titan. I would have figured that they'd want to try to stack that up, but perhaps they're too concerned about Axe, going and like stacking, pulling with Exter here. But
yeah, I mean, I think one of the major things that they're worried about is just the wave constantly being pulled back and Axe cutting the creep wave over here. So better to just remove that from the equation. Oh, I like the shotgun taunt from Morphling.
Oh yeah, you'll see Pakaz do that a lot. He loves Morphling as well.
Pakaz, really? Well. Interesting. I love learning about SA players and whatnot. Every time I cast with you, I learn so much. The players are starting to warm up to me as well. That's 100% because of you.
I don't know about that, but
it definitely is. You attempting to teach me little pieces in tidbits of Spanish, telling me about the players, their specialty heroes, how long they've been playing, the people they've been playing with. You have been my bridge into SA Dota.
Well, I'm glad that you're willing to cross the bridge, dude.
Oh yeah, the teams are amazing. Especially right now. I would say that overall SA is stronger than NA.
Ooh, easy D word here for Owie.
Oh, he gets it as well.
Exter almost got it.
Whoa.
Almost got that deny off. But yeah, so gonna be seeing, some of this aggression coming out here in the bottom lane from Axe and Melina. She's got really good range. Of course, they're both melee over on the side of Plasma, so yeah, it'll be a little bit difficult for HFN for a bit, but looks like Lina is getting just chased down by Owie. He has a windlace on him, and he's just gonna continuously punch her.
Yep. And it's going to be difficult for Aoi to zone these heroes. Elder Titan is one of the better heroes, melee heroes at zoning, just because he has that huge amount of armor, movements, or sorry, yeah, his bonus armor and damage, whatnot, just able to run people down with his staple gun slash briefcase. I definitely call it a staple gun.
It does kind of look like a staple gun. Some people call it the briefcase. Sometimes the baby rattle, depending on what skin you're using.
Mm.
But this is gonna definitely slow down HFN over in this bottom lane.
Yeah.
Top lane so far, though, looks like it's going pretty alright for Lies. He's got decent CS. He's getting some harassment here. But again, there's only so much I feel like Pingu can actually do to harass. Kind of like a similar situation like in the bottom lane.
Yeah.
You've got these two melee, and then you've got the one ranged here with Meander.
And this is something that we discussed in the draft, like a lack of ability to play super aggressive. I thought, in fact, that they would run the Omni Knight alongside the Axe, take full advantage of that Heavenly Grace. But I guess they valued putting the Lina bottom for those range right clicks to be able to harass and slow down. Oh, bottom lane. Actually,
Bottom lane.
gonna go down here on Aoi, just chasing him down. Boots first on the Lina.
Interesting. I guess perhaps Aoi was just taking way too much damage during all that, but
I mean,
I feel like
he's only got the Windlace. You also have Fiery Soul to fall back on. HFN had to be careful for a second there, but actually still has to be careful. He put his level 3, his second point, into Waveform instead of Attribute Shift. That is super. I've never seen that before at level 3.
he's a greedy player, that HFN. You know him.
That's not good at all, though. I mean, you have the bonus stats when you level up Attribute Shift. I feel like the greedy play and the safer plays the Attribute Shift. You have the big.
I mean, it would be this. I don't know.
Mm.
Perhaps it was a bit of a misclick too. I know HFN keeps.
Maybe that's why he can waveform over the CS to double CS there. I don't know.
I mean, I wasn't kidding. HFN, great player, but super, super greedy.
Mm-hmm. Top lane, Moon Meander. He leaps forward twice in order to grab a courier, and he's trading with Pingu right now, but it's hard to trade with Heavenly Grace.
I think he might be able to do this, though. Pingu's got to be careful.
He's got 5 stick charges. He's going to be fine.
If he's got his dodging shoes on, so he's alright. But if they landed that arrow, if Moon did that, he would have been in a world of hurt. But down in the bottom lane, Lukey finding this kill on HFN. Man, the aggression in this bottom lane is actually just so good. Just trying to hamper HFN, trying to slow him down. They're doing a great job. But the thing that I'm concerned about, Neph, is the fact that so many teams do this, right? So many teams put this pressure on HFN, and then they forget about him.
They do, yeah. They think, okay,
and they let him bounce back, and you can't let him do that.
HFN's dealt with. We'll go do something else around the map. You come back in 5 minutes, and then you go.
Spear into the arrow. This is a dead Pingu.
It is. They're not going to
Elias took a lot of damage off of that creep wave, too. Trying to go and help him.
He did, yeah. He's going to be all right here. You know, I think that he needs a little bit more passive regen. He's sending himself out of Wand. In fact, that's definitely the play he wants to make. But I like the Wraith Band. I like the Ring of Regen. I think a second one wouldn't be awful. Or a Ring of Health in order to have a little bit more sustained in lane. But right now, you know, Kazu, he's going to have trouble harassing with Gods of Big, just with the amount of armor and dispersion you could fall back on Spectre.
Man, I feel like we have looked at every lane except for this mid lane.
Except for mid lane, yeah, exactly.
How's baby Bryle and Stars doing over here? It's like Stars sitting at 18 and 6, 23 and 4 though on Bryle. So again, we expected Bryle to probably win this lane just because of the fact that he is, you know, a little bit. Oh, hold that thought. Bottom lane, they get the call off over onto HFN, but it's a good stop here coming out from Aoi. We'll be able to keep him alive as the 5-minute runes are coming up.
Yeah, they just don't have the DPS to bring down the Morphling anymore, especially once he hits level 5. But the reason that HFN died the first time was because he went 2 point waveform, 1 point attribute shift.
Sitting that flirping low. Did you see that?
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
I mean, you're only shifting 20 health a second with the first point in it, versus your, is it 80 a second at 2 points? You know, at 80 a second, you're out healing any damage Hero's going to do to you at the start. So that was definitely a misplay by HFN at the start, leveling his skills that way.
They happen. They happen. I do like the play that Aoi made earlier on. You know, that 5-minute rune came up, and you could see that Exter was looking to go and grab it, but he grabbed the bottom one, and then Aoi just immediately goes for the other rune here in the bottom area. So that way, Stars has absolutely like no mana to work with, has to use those clarities, and has an empty bottle. But we do have a rotation here, looking for that 6-minute rune. Bryle given position, LSA lands. And this is not looking super great because immediately Moon Meander, he was already here. He figured this was going to happen. The Splitter connects. Bryle gets a kill. He's going to get himself a second one. He turns right back around. Once that Cluckles doesn't quite manage it, but he'll be happy taking Exter instead.
Yeah, you just can't outdamage the Leshrac once he's level 6, you know, and they're on top of you. All you can really do is flee. Standing and fighting, I feel like it wasn't the option there, but you know, even though you managed to grab the illusion room on Pingu, I don't think you commit that hard for runes on Zeus, as important as they are to grab. Oh my god, Stars!
Nicely done.
Grabbed him as he was heading back to base. The recovery's there now, level 7 on Stars. I'm sorry I doubted you. You are a god. You know, he's out-leveling him now. Bottom lane, HFN is getting zoned back a little bit. He doesn't have that much more strength to shift into, but you know what he's going to do here is he's just going to go full strength and agi, and then hit the creeps a couple of times and be back to full HP. Yeah, the Morphling classic. You hate to see it.
Or you love to see it if you're a Morphling player. Call coming off here from Luki, but he's taking some damage here underneath the tower. They'll follow up with the LSA, but it's not too much more that they can do to him right now. So he's absolutely fine. Pressure being placed over here on this mid tower. Pingu gonna be able to get a nice ski ward, but Aoi looking, throwing out that Astral Spirit, trying to make them scatter a bit. And they do have a nice ward over here on the side too, so they spot him out even before he drops that Spirit.
Yep, only 1 point there right now. So
top lane though, Lies getting forced over here into that arena. They don't even need to worry about using that arrow, it seems, although looks like they might actually need a little bit more damage. Oh, the arrow doesn't connect from Moon Meander. Lies is gonna be absolutely fine here. There were just too many creeps over there in that arena for Moon to be able to go and get a clear shot, so he was forced to leap in with the Starstorm instead, and it wasn't enough damage, Neph.
Yep, you know, this is a man who holds onto his raindrops. He got that extra armor as well, so the clicks weren't able to do enough to him. Oh, interrupts the salve with that one, but, you know, just at the tail end of it, not going to matter a whole lot. Oh, mid lane?
Pressure being placed. Mid lane, though, I hear a haste rune. I see Stars. He's not looking too healthy as Aoi helps him out, and they collect another kill on Bryle.
You know, Stars, he's not too happy about that one, and this time around he's not going to be able to pop that Thunder God's Wrath as soon as he gets back up and get a counter kill. I was just saying that he has...
Neph? I think I lost Neph.
Yep, I was just saying that he has to be a little bit careful when he's committing to go those runes. I mean, yes, they're super important, but it's... Leshrac is going to have a very clear advantage and going to be able to out DPS you. You just want to be able to sit back and spam your spells and punish him. So, Bryle, he is getting more of an advantage here just because I don't think Stars realizes how much stronger Leshrac is. And the fact that there's always a hero.
Pingu? They were looking. KZu possibly looking for a spear here. We'll connect over onto Pingu. That's a dead Omni Knight as the T-Peaks come out. Axe makes his way top. Luki, though, he doesn't really have much to be able to go and chase them down. He slows them down just a little bit here, using that Battle Hunker. Really has his eyes over here on Moon Meander, but Moon Meander still has some leap charges left. He's trying to get the dunk. Oh, it's not enough, and in comes Bryle. The Thunder God's Wrath will be able to collect, but Luki making that rotation here. He's going to have to do the Walk of Shame back to a lane, because he TP'd top, and he died for it.
So, you know, overall, 2 kills coming out there for catJAMMERS. Puts them up 400 gold and about 400 XP out of that team fight. The big thing is that you're slowing down this active Blink Dagger, and he's your only real catch, right? We talked about that in the drafting phase. You really didn't like it, the fact that they couldn't get on top of any heroes. And I really see, you know, the Moxxi profit coming out here. I think, you know, as this game goes along, HFN is just going to have like the freest game, and you know, no Blade Mail call onto the Morphling is going to make it just way too difficult to blow him up, and he's just going to run a train on your back line in these team fights. I think that's the major problem Zeus is going to have to deal with.
Okay, so they managed to, they TP HFN out. Moon Meander's just going to sit down here, try to force them off Does have a leap charge, and they do ping it out. There's quite a few heroes of plasma down here. It's 4, actually, so Moon Meander's dead. But, I mean, got a little bit of experience, I guess, at the very least. And while this is going on, take a look at HFN. He's got himself a shovel. He's got himself some creeps. He leaves behind a creep. HFN, oh my god, that is so uncharacteristic for him. Is he sick?
No lane
there.
creeps
Bottom lane,
until
though.
you finish your neutrals.
Keizu went in for the... Oh, the Earth Splitter coming in, though. Is it going to be... Oh, it's not quite enough damage to take down Keizu. At the last second, he does pop, but they'll find the kill on Stars. Good LSA coming out from Exters. He's trying to run off, and they just don't have the follow-up here. But in the top lane, HFN just kind of man-fighting a little bit here with Lies. They're trying to say, this is my lane. You should leave. No, you should leave. And with no supports there, it's just kind of ridiculous, for lack of a better word.
It's like the old man fight out of Family Guy at the end there. Especially considering that Spectre is very slow and does not have boots.
Yes.
I think he's sending them out to himself right now. No, he's sending a Clarity. Of course he doesn't need boots. Maybe he's forgotten? Also because he's old?
God, I hope not. That's like, how old is Lies, anyways?
I don't know exactly. I think Lies a genuinely incredibly good player, though. I thought that he was the best player inside the open qualifiers. He had a super bad game on anti-mage. What was that? Game number 1 against Quincy Crew. The game was just like over at 13 minutes or something like that. No, it wasn't over at 13 minutes. It was an awful game, though. I'm misremembering a little bit. I think I've purged it from my memories.
Sounds like it was so awful that you couldn't keep it in your mind vice.
The human...
They have vision on KZ right here.
Yeah.
He's got to be a little bit careful here. For the stomp that landed over here on Texters, pin the Lina over to a tree, and pop goes the Lina. A lot of people over here in this mid lane. Looks like catJAMMERS are really starting to amp up. They take down mid tower, HFN, wanting these creeps. He's gonna, get himself a little treat here with the bounty rune. He works hard. He deserves it.
Yeah, you gotta treat yourself if you're doing a good job, you guys. With anything in life.
Life could end at any moment. You never know who's coming to gank you. Enjoy the small things in life. Have a mango. Get yourself a Clarity. Maybe a little raindrop.
Or a Monster Energy.
Or a Monster Energy.
That
was smooth, dude. I'm impressed.
Thank you. I've been working on my monster push. Now... My issue right now for NoPangolier is the fact that you're able to take these towers so easily now on catJAMMERS. You have nobody to stand in front while Zeus and Lina nuke out the creep waves. Axe is still ages away. Oh, actually, Lucky found a bunch of farm very quickly here. All right, I take back everything I said. This guy owns at Dota 2, everybody.
Man, I feel like you have been undervaluing Plasma, and at the same time, not half the time. But yeah, I definitely watched, Luki, though, considering going back in. Arrow, oh, it lands over on Pingo on the back line, so goes to stomp the leap forward. There's gonna be Thunder God's Wrath, but they followed up with the Arena of Blood. Plus that, oh my god, Moon Meander, somehow still alive, but no, Lies is gonna come in, he goes in with the Haunt, he gets the cleanup on Moon Meander, and now they want Keizu. They want him real bad. They're looking for the stomp, though. Looks like they'll back off, except for Luki. He wanted that kill, but again, he doesn't have the Blink Dagger just yet. If he did, I think he'd be able to collect, but... Hey, Neph, take a look at this. They took a, they took a nice fight, but in the top lane, again, HFN, they forgot about him. They pay attention doing the laning phase, and now he's 6.7k right now, top of the net worth.
What's he going for right now? He's got a Blade of Alacrity queued up. Am I crazy? It's just a single Blade of Alacrity. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it. That is unimportant.
Okay, anyways, there's a kill on Pingu. I'm going to tell you right now, Neph, some of these SA guys, they like to just troll. You look at their quick buy and you're like, there's no way in hell they're going for that, right? And then you start doubting yourself and you say, oh my god, is that actually good? Would that work? And then they change their mind completely and they just go for the boring regular item. They're just trolling. Pain Gaming used to do that to me all the flirpin' time.
He's getting an item scepter.
They have the Blink Dagger now on Axe and they're smoked up, so they have to be very careful on catJAMMERS. They have to suspect that it's coming soon, though. There's no way that they don't realize that Axe is not showing on the map and most likely has an item show off, but I say that. And Brile, oh, he almost survives that. Now Moon Meander forced to run away. Does have a couple of these leaf charges still available, but the Laguna Blade, you can't dodge that. Unless you're Faceless Void, but,
Yeah. It was a nice cleanup there by the Zeus and the Lina. The Blink Dagger reveal working out for them. Getting that kill on Bryle is super big. He hasn't died since that one counter kill with Thunder God's Wrath in the mid lane. So solid reveal there.
But, the fact that they got the kill on him, he's still top of the net worth, Neph, and right behind him is HFN, who they haven't placed any pressure on. And you were right. Yeah, they've got the call-off here over on KZ, but he's a tanky lad. And they have that immediate TP coming out now from Bryle as they start to chase after Pingu. You've got HFN chasing after Extra over on the side. Yule Scepter comes out. Pingu's just taking too much damage. He's going to get taken down. And then looks like HFN saw creeps. He was like, all right, well, I could kill this Lina, or I could kill these creeps instead. And priority for HFN generally at this stage in the game is hit the creeps, get the gold. Stack that paper, get that bread.
Yep. And I think this is what he's going to do.
Oh, Exter! Oh, no. And Light Strike Array, but Moon Meander is nearby. He'll help collect the kill.
That's exactly what Moon wants. Moon wants one thing, and it's disgusting. Oh.
Blood.
Blood. Everybody TP's home. They're actually going on. Oh, Lukey.
How fast Lukey immediately just blinked away.
Yeah.
He knew.
Animal instincts. He knows he's in danger when Bryle's nearby.
NA Street Dota. those animal base instincts. Oh no.
Bryle, he's gonna shove out mid lane with his ultimate and a thunderstorm. Right now the issue is that you didn't really have a frontliner in that last fight. Pingu got blown up immediately just playing Pause 5's Omni Knight. That's the nature of playing Pause 5 Omni Knight against a team like this. Oh, Axe, he's gonna be fine though, because there you go.
Pingu's here. He's got that heavenly grace, but Bryle just doesn't seem afraid of this at all. Chasing him down, HFN joining into the fight. There's a spear though over here onto Pingu, so they do collect over on the Omni Knight. Another arrow thrown out. Exter, oh Exter, he says, please God, just leave me alone. Not gonna be able to though, as Moon Meander gets himself yet another kill. And there's some creeps over here in the mid lane. Man, it feels like they just want to kill Lukey so bad, the way they're just charging at him. Hoping, oh, the blink forward though, coming out from Kazu. They do manage to go and find Lies too. Can they get this off? They have the arena. Kazu, he goes, he pulls it up. There's the spear over to the side. He's gonna fall for this, but they get the Earth Splitter off as well. We'll be able to bounce back a little bit. They get the kill on Stars. There's gonna be the haunt coming out from Lies, but they want Moon Meander, and they should be able to get it. So they'll grab themselves a double kill, but now Pingu, he's back up in front. He's just immediately going to die again. HFN looking for this opening, trying to find another kill here, but he does have to be careful. Lukey's got the Heavenly Grace and the blink. Lies showing up. The follow-up here from Exter? No. Looks like they'll bide their time here.
Lukey, I don't think you should go forward on this one. They're actually showing tons of restraint here on NoPangolier. When the fight was over on this hill, they opted not to use the Thunder God's Wrath and initiate with the Spectre Haunt. I mean, yes, they aren't taking these team fights in amazing ways, but they're leaving no opportunity for misplay right now on their side. And I think that's just like such disciplined Dota. A little bit could go wrong if the fight doesn't go in their way when they come in on this hill over here. But when they fought over here, it was like certain that they would win. They didn't continue to commit on Lukey. I was certain that they'd jump forward, they'd make a mistake, and catJAMMERS would just take the fight in an amazing way. But they're impressing me with their teamwork and coordination right now on NoPangolier. But when you see these open qualifier teams, you see them usually run over aggressive, and they end up getting punished for it super hard by teams like catJAMMERS, but they're not doing that here. I'm super impressed at the moment. Unluckily for them, they have a double damage room beside the Roche Pit on HFN, and when you're playing Morphling, it just makes it too easy to grab the Aegis.
It does indeed. So he'll snatch up the Aegis. He's getting very close to finishing the Aghanim Scepter. It's kind of an interesting build coming out here from HFN, not typically the one I usually see on him. Oh? KZ though, hunting, hoping he can grab someone within the triangle. Everyone, they see that courier, they know someone's here. Oh, Pingu manages to go grab up the bounty rune. Got the clumsy net, looking for a stomp over here, but not going to be able to go and land it. And look at Exter just hightails it out. He's like, yeah, I'm sorry, friend. You're dead. But HFN's courier gets killed during all of that, so he's not going to have that Aghanim Scepter. Not for a while.
Yeah, he actually dunked the courier. Very nice.
Nice indeed, but does need to be careful because they'll use the arena. They do manage to miss the sphere though. Owie coming forward with the stomp, going to make sure they can hold Lukey into place. Actually they use the Earth Splitter on this. Arrow comes in hot. And there's not a lot of armor on that axe, unfortunately, so.
He buys out at the same time he dies, so, this time around he will have armor. Well, the blade mail is super important for jumping on the Leshrac and the Morphling, so that's a super big tool in these next team fights that they're about to take.
It's going to make Bryle have to reconsider the way that he uses that Yules for sure.
Mm-hmm. But they do, the players on catJAMMERS have incredible reaction time, Bryle especially. So without, these super immediate stuns, you're going to be able to get off the Yules, you're going to be able to get off the attribute shift on the Morphling. It's still pretty difficult to blow these heroes up. I would like to see a more instant disable, but I do think that Zeus was an alright way to round this draft out. He has been doing tons of damage, which has stopped, super hard aggression onto the towers earlier on NoPango.
Stars has consistently been one of those players that I've seen in these games where he does as much as he possibly can with what he has. Oh, the call from Lukey! Does manage to get the shift off though, as he'll drag him back a little bit. HFN turns himself into his own Omni Knight, gives himself that Heavenly Grace, which is so good.
Mm-hmm. They might be able to bring him down here if they commit everything to him, but he does have the Aegis, so he just get back up.
I don't know if, I'm not sure about this. Lukey going forward. All right, there it is. There's the Aegis.
Beautiful.
Follow up with the stomp over here onto Lies. They don't have the rest of the team here, though. They're still very, very separated. KZU jumping forward, though, manages to go get the spear off, but he does immediately just pops here. So HFN forced to run away. Lies going in with the Haunt. They're going to try to push him back. HFN, he needs some assistance here, and he doesn't have the rest of his team. This is not looking good. It looks like he's actually going to get taken down. It's a good Earth Splitter, but they just don't have enough follow-up. The stomp comes through. Lukey's just running after him. Goes in for the dunk. Nice arrow thrown out from Moon Meander, but again, it's for disengaging. They can't go in on this, and he's just getting nuked down. So he's forced to run away. Bryle over here TP's out. And I'm not sure why HFN, honestly, was so far forward during that, Neph, because they did not have everybody in position.
Yeah, they really didn't. They didn't know the blade mail was completed on the axe. They just brought him down. They thought, okay, there's no way he has another item. I'm going to be fine. And it was a super big part of that last team fight. Stunned out right now on Lukey because he throws out the arrow. Does it connect?
The arrow? Oh, it does. It just barely clips his butt. That's a dead Lukey.
There was no way that connected on my screen. Axe, he would have had to reach out his arm to have the arrow hit. It felt like. You
Maybe
guys all
his butt
saw
was
it.
sticking out just a little bit too much,
Yeah. Still, that doesn't feel so great, but you're feeling kind of desperate to grab that tower, given that it's just a tier 1. It's still up at 23 minutes, but you get punished for that one. That's the number one mistake I see, I think every team make, is when they go in for these towers, that's when the enemies grab them. They think that they're safe there. You see a fortification come out, and they just kind of sit around instead of getting back immediately. But that last team fight that they pulled on NoPangolier was just, again, so well executed, holding that Heavenly Grace up until they need to disengage the stomp on the Spectre. But we come into the issue that you were talking about in the drafting phase. Now they have to play around this Haunt cooldown. And so, catJAMMERS, they're up on the enemy triangle holding this, and this is the best place on the map you can be. And they're going to increase the net worth gap at this point. Maybe because he just forces in the base.
Dude, look at HFN.
Yeah,
Axe completed, Elder Titan. This is some stupid Dota, honestly.
It's kind of buggy, though. I'm not sure if you just saw what happened over there.
No, what happened on your screen?
On my screen, the Astral Spirit never ended up getting back to the Morphling as he, hit his morph back into it. I think you need the Astral Spirit to connect with your hero before you shift.
Oh, okay. They're all smoked up over here. Set up with Pingu. Immediately, the jump forward, though, coming out from Lukey, but is immediately speared over to the wall. He got HFN, though, so there is no Morphling available for this fight. Aoi 2000 sitting extremely low himself. They'll get Pingu, they'll get Lukey, and now the Haunt comes out. Lies has so many people that he would love to just follow up and get the kill on Bryle, trying to run, trying to do some damage, trying to burn him down. Still has the Yules available here, but he's taking too much nuke damage. KZU trying to get in the position. It's like he's hoping maybe. No, he doesn't manage to land the spear. Oh, Bryle sitting so low right now. That Shawl is doing so much to try to keep him alive, but eventually he will fall. And Stars on the back line got the kill on KZU. Very nicely played coming out from NoPango.
Yeah, and right now your team's got to be yelling at you right now on HFN. You are on ping. Your reactions are going to be a little bit lower, but you're going to need to be sitting on more strength right now. You don't get blown up there 100-0 if you've got more HP, and then you're just going to be able to attribute shift off and heal. But You know, he got 100 to 0 inside the duration of that Berserker's Call. There's so much burst damage here when you think about Call, you think about Blade Mail, you have Lightning Bolt, Thunder God's Wrath, and they did an amazing job of getting that off. And even though, you know, everyone on catJAMMERS, they're spearing him axe back, they're throwing fuels up onto him, they're hitting him with arrows afterwards, it doesn't matter if you can get that initial call onto the Morphling. So I definitely think these last couple of fights, they have been on HFN, just poor positioning.
Oh, Lukey. Lukey wanted blood.
He knows his target, and he's sticking to it.
That's smart. Very smart boy there. I am a little surprised, though, if you take a look at what catJAMMERS have going on, is that we don't have any magic resistance. Like, you look at the team coming out from the side of NoPango, and you've mentioned, you know, all of these wonderful spells, but they haven't bothered to pick up even, like, a pipe. You do have the Glimmer Cape, I believe, on Moon Meander, but is that at all surprising to you that they haven't valued that at all? Like, that Nether Shawl on Bryle did so much work in that last fight to try to keep him alive, but hold on to that thought. They go, they drop the Nimbus. They've got some vision over here, but looks like they don't want to hard commit.
Yeah, he is actually forced to have the Elder Titan Spirit connect with you first, or you just don't get the damage of the magic immunity.
Oh, interesting.
Or you can swap back. That can mess you over quite a bit in a fight. You want to be your real hero, not stuck as Elder Titan. And they had 100 damage, but yeah, it's as you say, the lack of pipe is punishing some people. Owie, you know, he's picked up a cloak for himself.
Uh-oh, dead Moon.
Yep.
Bye-bye, Moon. Good night, night.
This is the dunks. We got Lukey. He's like an NBA superstar this game.
Stars? Alright, Stars is dead. Keizu looks like he's dead, though, as well. And HFN's gonna have to TP out. They don't have any way to cancel it, though.
Nope.
So he's allowed to just walk away, just like that. But important to note is we are starting to get over the little bit of that game where we were saying, you know, it's gonna be tough for Plasma to make sure that Lies gets what he needs, starts, you know, really amplifying himself, because he's currently top of the net worth, not by much over HFN, but we're starting to reach that period where he's starting to become a bigger and bigger threat.
Yeah.
And I was worried about that. You know, I was worried taking a look at, you know, what they had online. A lot of it was magic gift. Of course, as I say, this HFN bottles himself up another double damage rune, so, you know, whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about, but...
HFN, you know, he gets exactly what he needs when he needs it. Moon is just dead again.
Yup.
Goodbye, Moon.
Laguna Blade used. Oh!
He's dead.
Is he? Is he dead now? Because he's
Right.
not looking. Oh, now he's dead. Oh, he got the call up. He follows up with the done case. It was trying to come in to save him, but he cannot do it. Immediately blown up. HFN, though, with the double damage, will be able to go take down Pinku. Has to be careful because Lukey, of course, does have that blade mail online. Owie now left out to dry. It's a double kill now for Lies. That was the save a friend situation there.
Yes, it was. You know, Moon way too far forward on that tower. I think these people, they think that their ally is going to save them, but, you know, they don't have the magic immunity. Once that dunk was off as well, it became so much easier to close the gap. And, you know, you got your Manta style on the Spectre. You have Mind Breakers on this as well, so your Illusion is doing the bonus magical damage. They all get the full Desolate damage on the Roche, because even though Illusions aren't supposed to do full damage, because that's just how that one works. Excuse me. And now, you know, you're going for that Eye of Scotty on the Spectre. And let me tell you, it is amazing against ranged core heroes. And what are their position 1 and 2 on catJAMMERS? It's a Morphling and a Leshrac. They are never going to get away from this Spectre again.
That's a bold statement there, Neph.
Yeah, it is. But, you know, I'm feeling it. I'm jamming out, not to catJAMMERS, but to NoPangolier here.
Oh, I feel like you could come up with something more creative than that, dude. Come on now.
Oh, you know, we'll workshop it a little bit. Mid lane.
Okay, alright. You have to jump over onto Lukey. HFN, you know, turns himself into Actus for a little bit, and they'll find themselves a kill. Take down this Nimbus. Need to be careful, those stars is here. The Haunt is out, though. They go, they drop it, and just Keizu cannot survive this. Lice is just too powerful. Although, there it is. There's the Thunder God's Wrath. They're turning this back around, that they do have the Yules. They're looking for the arrow. Will connect over onto Liza. He's very, very tanky. Is Brawl going to be able to do enough here? Buyback coming out now from Lukey. He doesn't want to not be a part of this fight. So he'll buy back. But the rest of catJAMMERS, they cool. They leaving.
Yeah, I think
away.
buyback was a little bit of a mistake. To be honest, the fight was already over. They weren't ever going to be able to take it on NoPangolier. So with all the restraint that Luki has shown in this game, he has played amazing. That was a bit of a misplay there. He needs the BKB pretty badly himself as well. You know, these stomps coming out from both the Morphling and the Elder Titan are really limiting his movements in these team fights, along with, you know, having his Blink Dagger potentially disabled. He's a pipe for himself now, though. That's something that catJAMMERS definitely are wishing they could pick up. They have Yules on so many different heroes.
They have a BKB now on Bryle at the very least.
Yeah.
They have gotten some form of magic immunity or some, like, I don't understand why you wouldn't pick up a pipe. They have the Glimmer Cape, though, on Owie as well now, though. So you've got 2 Glimmer Capes on the team. Oh, boy. Look at Luki go. And you can't get off a BKB if you're the one initiated on. So down goes Bryle, no buyback, down for 79 seconds.
They've used this Spectral Dagger cooldown talent beautifully. You know, Bryle has never been able to get away. And, of course, once that's on you, they can just continue to throw it out on you again and again. And Zeus with the Nimbus, you're not going to be able to TP out. So that was kind of greedy there by Bryle, you know, not wanting to exhaust a 10-second BKB on just TPing out, but you got it at this point.
I don't think he would have survived it either way. Not in that situation.
Up here, he just he throws out or uses the BKB before he teleports. It was the Nimbus that interrupted it.
Oh, okay. I thought I saw that Luki jumped on him before he was able to even get the TP off.
I might have been wrong. I might be crazy. No limited amount of sleeps.
You are crazy, but it's fine. I mean, we've all got to be crazy to play this game, right?
True. Hey, HFN, you know, he's saving for buyback and whatnot. Oh, I take that back. He just, you know,
crazy.
Spent all of his money on a BKB. I don't hate it. You know, the question is if he's going to be able to get it off. He's not getting off attribute shift in the fight.
Here's my other question is, does Lies just do too much damage now? Like, you see how fast Casey just absolutely melts to him.
Yes, he does do too much damage now, especially to the Morphling. You know, with this Eye of Scotty, it reduces the healing that you have. It also reduces your movement speed, and he doesn't even have his Abyssal yet.
Moon. Dead Moon. Oh, the buyback immediately, though.
Yep, they want to take this fight. You got to realize if Moon's buying back, it's not out of rage in a professional game.
Oh, HFN, he's got the Ghost Scepter, though. He'll be able to stay alive a little bit longer. They're going to go drop the Moonlight Shadow, but they're chasing on the back lines, trying to take down Luki, and they're not going to be able to. HFN just taking so much nuke damage, as Lies is just standing so far up and forward here. Bryle getting called back there. Nice spear, though, coming up from KZ, but they're still going to be able to get the kill over onto Bryle. KZ running away. LSA not quite connecting. KZ sitting so very low. HFN, though, he needs help. They're not going to be able to get it. They go. They drop the Nimbus. He's taken down here, as now Double Yules comes out. HFN is dead. There is no buyback on this Morphling. There's no buyback on KZ. Just the side of NoPango. They are so ready to just chase them down. Arrow comes out, does land on Luki, but they don't have the follow-up. They don't have the damage without these cores available.
Now is the time for them to continue to show that restraint that they were showing earlier, though. Tier 2 tower was still up. Now they can get the Tier 3. Fortify is available for catJAMMERS. They can buy themselves enough time for Kezu to get back up, I feel, before this tower goes down, but not much other than that. Aegis expires in 13 seconds. You're good, and you want to back up a little bit here on Lies and allow the recovery to happen, but I think they're too focused here on the barracks. Wait, is he going to interrupt it with the stomp? No.
Oh, he does. Arrow tossed out, just threading right through there. There it is. There's the Aegis getting reclaimed as Lies goes right back up to the full health. Oh, Luki jumps forward, tries to get the kill onto Moonmeander, and they're not going to be able to save him. Again, this Nimbus doing so much work. The stomp comes out, does manage to go and hold 2 of the heroes into place, but I don't know what your solution is now. They're just too big, too scary, and apparently neither does catJAMMERS because they called the GG.
The underdogs nobody thought would win. NoPangolier through the open qualifiers and beating the team that came in second place in the last BTS Pro Series 3, Moxxi. Did you see this coming? I sure didn't. You know, I saw too many issues with their draft, but catJAMMERS, they made a couple mistakes. HFN, you know, fallen too many times, and their entire lineup ended up paying for a beautiful game. Nice decision-making out of them, and, you know, you could really feel their coordination there on NoPangolier.
You know, it looked actually like very shaky. I'll be 100% honest with you. Watching this draft, I was like, man, they took a first phase Spectre, and then, you know, I feel like they just don't have enough heroes that are going to be able to make the space. I feel like, and again, I'm not a pro player. Perhaps they had their reasoning for this. I feel like a pipe would have made such a huge difference for catJAMMERS if they had picked one up like earlier on. Maybe got those BKBs online a little earlier. You know, Bryle picked one up. HFN took a while to go and pick it up as well. I feel like maybe that would have changed some things around, put it in their favor. They could have taken more favorable fights, but they just kept getting, you know, nuked down by, you know, the combination of the Axe being able to go in with the call, follow up with, you know, Lena throwing out all of her spells, and then the Zeus too. It started to snowball to a point where Lies just started having all the space in the world, and he just got too big. He got too scary, and then all of a sudden, you've got BKBs. Lies doesn't care though. Lies is just gonna click you down.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, that's exactly what Lies did. He didn't have a single death that match. You know, they ignored him. I guess they prioritized getting HFN online, making a little bit of space for him. But Lies wasn't making the same misplays that HFN was that game. And I definitely say this came down to like one position, one player playing better than the other. You know,
Wow,
people are
that's a
gonna
big.
people are gonna give me a little bit of shade for that one, but I feel as if a lot of people are going to agree with that. Amazing game out of Lies on the Spectre, but you know, overall great team coordination on NoPangolier.
Yeah, very patient too, coming out from NoPangolier.
Mm-hmm.
Lukey, once Lukey started going, that guy just started landing call after call after call. And I mean, I can't tell you how many times Moon Meander just got absolutely murked by him. So yeah, looked very, very good coming out here for NoPango. And again, it is group stages. It's a best of 2 series, guys. So it's gonna have another moment here for catJAMMERS. Maybe they can get themselves back into this, or you know, maybe NoPango. They're just feeling themselves today. Maybe they've got that gamer power. They've been drinking their gamer juice, Neph. So we are going to take a short break. And when we come back, we'll have more of the Summit 13 sponsored by Monster Energy for you.